Podcaster's Guide to the Conspiracy, brought to you today by Josh Edison and Dr. M. Dentith. Hello and welcome to the Podcaster's Guide to the Conspiracy. I am Josh Edison, Dr. M. Dentith, and we have friend of the show Georgia joining us for secret purposes that will not remain secret, and probably actually aren't if you're watching the video, because you can see exactly what it is we're doing. It's our 300th episode.
It is 300 episodes. What a milestone!
We don't know exactly when you're going to be hearing/watching this.
But what we can say is, unfortunately, the end times have come upon us.
They have.
The rapture has occurred, and we sinful people have been left behind. Whilst friends of the show, Lou and Drew, who are meant to be joining us for this 300 spectacular, one of them has been raptured and another has been cast into the pits of hell.
We'll
be praying to Lou and spitting upon Drew during the course of this episode.
So, Left Behind.
Well, yeah, so
Left Behind.
We're playing Left Behind, the movie, the board game adventure, by the, I'm going to use here in quote marks, the good folk at Telecore.
God-fearing folks, certainly.
So this is a Christian board game, and it was designed by people who do not like fun. And we're going to play it for our 300th episode. Now, for those of you listening to the podcast, I really would recommend you go to Josh's YouTube channel, Monkey Fluids, and watch the video version of this. Because, I mean, we're playing a board game, and we've mic'd up for sound, so it should be fine, but there's a visual element here, which you should enjoy.
In the same way that the episodes when M was quite drunk, I think, are better with video than they are with audio.
That's very
Nevertheless, the audio was quite spectacular. So hopefully we can achieve the same sort of thing. Before we get going, do we want to summarise the Left Behind series for the uninitiated?
Yeah, so for those of you who don't know what Left Behind is, congratulations, you've skipped a beat there. So the Left Behind franchise started off as a series of 16 novels by Tim LaHaye and Jerry B. Jenkins, and they deal with the rapture. So they deal with the idea that there's going to be a period of tribulation before the coming back of Christ, and all the good people go to heaven, and left on earth are the really, really bad people and the people who are kind of on the cusp. They're not quite good enough to be raptured, but they're not quite bad enough to be considered to have downfallen into the wages of sin. And so over the 16-book series...
16-book series.
Yeah, including 3 prequels before the rapture even occurs. A set of people who belong to Tribulation Force end up fighting the villain of the piece, whose name is Nicolae Jetty Carpathia from Cluj, Romania.
So the Antichrist is Dracula. I like it.
Well, actually, so what's interesting about this is to get their Antichrist, because they're relying on certain interpretations of revelations from the end of the New Testament, they need the Antichrist, who's actually not really mentioned as a figurehead in the Bible.
But then there is the rapture.
Yeah, precisely. These are all interpretations that come out of the book of the Apocalypse. One of the interpretations is that the Antichrist is going to be Roman, and that's because the book of Revelations was probably written about Nero. So it's actually about a Roman emperor of the day, as opposed to making prophecies about the future. But the people who believe in this kind of millennialist interpretation go, well, look, the Antichrist must be Roman, and who's more Roman than Romanians?
I would say Italians myself.
Yeah, but they don't call themselves Romanian.
Right.
And it is true that Romanians do kind of think of themselves as the last remnants of the Roman Empire. So this kind of fits in. And it turns out that Carpathia is genetically engineered and the result of artificial insemination, which indicates they don't really know much about Romanian culture or access to medical care in Romania at all. But that's because I've lived there and I suspect they haven't. And unlike Jesus, Carpathia gets tempted in the desert for 3 days by Lucifer and succumbs to all temptations, so that when the rapture comes, he takes over the EU, brings in a one-world government, gets assassinated, possessed by Lucifer, and then springs back to life after 3 days.
Now, hang on. I think you're describing Michael York and the Omega Code right there.
Wow, and a large chunk of Omega Code and Omega Code 2, Megiddo, not Electric Boogaloo, does seem to be heavily cribbed from the Left Behind series.
Yes.
Now, unlike the Left Behind series, Omega Code 2, Megiddo is an incredibly great film by Australian director Trenchard Smith. Brian Trenchard Smith.
Certainly is incredible.
Now, Left Behind book series got a series of 3 films starring teenage sweetheart Kurt Cameron, which didn't actually cover all 16 books. I think they cover basically 2.5 books worth of content. And then recently a 2014 film starring none other than Nicolas Cage, which I believe covers the first chapter of the first book.
Right, so they were really ambitious from the sounds of things.
And it also sounds like that franchise is not going anywhere fast. So a few years ago, they released Left Behind The Kids, which deals with teenagers coping with the Rapture, because they really want to get in on that Hunger Games and Twilight energy.
Mm. And now we have the board game.
We do,
Lucky us.
based upon the Kurt Cameron film and not the Nicolas Cage film.
Oh.
Because when did this board game come out?
According to the paperwork, 2001.
Mm.
It feels a lot older.
Yeah.
It feels a lot older. Now, Georgia, you were the one who spotted this game in a second-hand store in Hamilton, I believe.
Yes, I did. Yeah. I don't know. I like board games.
Just so long as we have someone to blame.
But
That's what matters.
It's not my fault. Em actually purchased it, so...
We also then did play it.
Yeah.
Do you like board games after playing it?
I think I liked this one less after playing it for the first time, but that's mostly because you absolutely smash me in terms of biblical knowledge.
Yeah, so it does turn out one feature of this game really does require you to know the Bible. Now, I'm sitting here with 2 godless heathens.
That is correct.
I'm also a godless heathen, but I did actually spend a lot of time thinking I was going to be a Catholic priest. So,
I did go to Catholic high school in my defence.
but you've also said you daydream through all of
I
religious
pretty much
education.
slept through masses, yes.
I did Sunday school by correspondence. Not a lie.
Really? Did you learn anything
No.
interesting?
No, it was... My grandmother was religious, my parents were not, and as a bit of a sop to her, we had this thing where like every week we'd get sent Sunday school stuff, and it'd be like, we were kids, so it was a colouring thing and a thing to write, and then we sent stuff. I have
Colour in the 7 wounds of Jesus Christ.
Basically, I have no actual knowledge of it, and I don't think it rubbed off on me in any way whatsoever.
But you do know how to colour in a crucifix.
I can colour in a crucifix, yep. The blood is red.
Unless it's an octopus.
I thought royal blood was blue, though. When surely Jesus is the King of Kings.
Well,
I've trapped you in your own lie.
Fair enough. So, okay. But basically what we're saying is I've never played this game before, you have. So I absolve myself of all responsibility of actually understanding what the heck is going on. But I understand that we are the Tribulation Force, otherwise known as Trib Force, which luckily for us does not have any other innuendos.
Which I think we start on our appropriate colours.
Do we?
So
think
blue
so.
on blue.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So, awkward.
And then you have the fact that
That's
that
That's
must be
purple.
that one there.
because we've got 3 tokens that we're not
Right.
using.
Now, there's a really bad mechanic in this game. Every time a player takes a turn, they have to roll the Carpathia die. And if they spell the word Carpathia, then we immediately move from the fun part of the game, and I use that term very advisedly, to the really awful part of the game. And now, this mechanic is meant to simulate the fact that Rapture could occur at any moment.
And you never know when.
The problem is, if it occurs in the first turn, which it could do with the roll of the dice, it makes the game incredibly boring. So we will roll the Carpathia dice, but I think if it occurs too early, we'll just ignore that mechanic. And also, if this goes on too long, then we'll just assume the
Pretend
Antichrist.
to-
We'll beg the Antichrist to appear.
Yep.
just to bring this game to an
I
end.
did notice at the back of the rules there are a bunch of, if the game is dragging on too long, here are ways you could decide to, yes, bring him out.
Yeah. So the makers of the game want you to bring the Antichrist to life if you get bored.
Yeah,
Yeah.
just
So
like real life.
with that being said, I think we should probably have a go. Now, the game is designed around, in the first half, answering Bible questions, doing kind of
Sweet.
true or lies, and other related things. The second half of the game is when Carpathia, this delightful black pawn, starts rampaging around the board trying to kill us. So I suppose I should start as the first player. I'll just get the colours out so that we know what the various...
So we're going to explain the rules before we...
I thought we'd just kind of play it and it'll become self-explanatory as time goes by. Really.
I think we should do that. I don't know that it will become self-explanatory as time goes by, but that's part of the fun.
It is part of the fun. So, okay, you should have got a cut for
proper... Oh.
Partia.
So we have a roll of 1 and Pat here.
And basically, I can either go to a white space or a white space, which means nothing happens. I'm going to go in that direction.
Very exciting.
We're off to a roaring start.
All right,
Are we going clockwise?
Yeah.
Okay.
Very thrilling, and the game's going to get even more so.
I'm trying to optimise this fold. Oh. 6. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Again, nothing.
Once again, this game was designed by people who didn't find playing games to be very sinful.
Well, I also have a 6, which I assume it means I'm going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and it's nothing as well, because the board is at least symmetrical. We can give them that. As Christians love the symmetry, I assume. Oh!
See?
Dum, dum, dum.
If we were playing the game properly, we'd immediately move on to the second phase of the game with no skill points or anything to defeat Carpathia.
I think when we really think about it, if anyone was going to cause the rapture, it would have been you.
Yeah, I'm not surprised.
That is true. Now, I've got the choice of either going 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 and hitting the Carpathia space, and that would mean re-rolling the Carpathia die, and we've already got that. Or 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and actually going to a space which allows us to do something. So this is a maroon space, the confession or deception space. When a player lands on a confession or deception space, he or she draws a maroon card from the card box. Oh yeah. And reads it aloud. These cards require the player to respond with either the truth, a confession, or a lie, deception, and then the other players vote on whether a lie or the truth has been told. Each player that guesses correctly receives 1 transparent left behind token matching the colour of his or her playing piece. The player answering the card scores only when he or she is able to cause all the other players to answer incorrectly. Okay, so I will take a card. You may either confess your sins or offer a lie to the following. You are the king of impersonations, but nobody really knows it. Well,
that's a lie already.
Tell who you can impersonate. Tell who you can impersonate. I mean, just the grammar on that
should be who,
is kind of terrible. So I am the king of impersonations. I can do Richard Nixon. I can do a Richard Nixon impersonation.
Can you though?
You
can attempt it.
It's a good one.
Yeah, you can attempt it. That's for sure.
I would say truth.
Truth?
I would say you can try. I've heard it. I don't know if it's convincing.
I'm not a cook.
Yeah. See, I've heard that.
I
don't think I would ever close my eyes and be like, oh, he's back from the dead.
In the room. Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
But the thing is, I can do the impression, so I mean, you all said
we both said
so you both
okay.
get a coloured counter.
So you get a blue,
transparent one.
And
is
I
there
get
a Tiddlywinks round at any point?
Unfortunately, no. Unfortunately, no. All right, Georgia, your turn.
Right. Yes. Oh well, sorry, that was aggressive. 1.
1.
But we can go clockwise or anti-clockwise, right?
Yeah.
Would anything happen if I went back that way?
You just have to roll the Carpathia dice again.
And what happens? Nothing happens there, right?
No, I think if you land on those...
It's just like a white space? I can't
Start and
remember.
redemptions. Players landing on one of these spaces during round roll the standard die again and move to a new space. So you can actually just roll. You can just roll again.
Oh, okay. Well, I'll just do that and then roll again. Just the standard dice.
Yeah.
3.
There we go.
1, 2, 3.
Ooh, green.
Green.
Okay. Last word. These spaces are color-coded green on the board. When a player lands on the last word space, the player to the left draws a last word card green from the card box, which is the other side.
Oh, I should have separated them out, sorry.
No. They're double-sided.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's right.
I see.
Yeah. I mean, that's actually...
I had totally forgotten about that.
That's quite clever.
I thought they were different.
And then
So this is just a straight quiz.
Yeah.
Okay.
I can tell you already that I am going to fail it.
What percentage of US pastors do you think have been divorced? Is
The
it
hell?
Oh.
36%, 25%, 13%, or 4%?
Now, and also, this is also back in 2001.
Okay, so
even if you are up to
2001,
date,
American, when I was like 10 years old.
Pastor divorcees.
Who knows that sort of stat though?
Kirk Cameron knows that.
Yeah.
If you were to say, oh, yeah, of course, I know that, it's well, you would be a little bit concerned about that person and what they were doing.
I would.
I am sort of trying to distract, but I don't know. Was 25% one of them?
Yes, it was.
I don't know, I'll guess that.
Okay.
It seems a bit too high, but
I'm
I don't
afraid
know.
it was the answer is C, 13%.
Oh, okay.
According to Barna Online Research.
I've never heard of them, but sure. Okay.
no points for you.
Well, oh well.
Okay. So, yeah. Oh, no, I get to double another one. Okay, which was brown? Maroon?
Brown
Whatever it
is...
Oh, that's the truth or dare. Is there an option for physical challenge? I know the Bible says thou shalt not lie, but you can't tell the truth all the time. For instance, the last lie I told was...
Why is even the idea of Josh lying amusing to you?
Because I'm actually thinking he's probably lied to his children about something.
Oh, well, I mean, it's Christmas time. I'm lying to them constantly. But the last lie I told was that I'm running late because the traffic is bad.
Oh.
He was like, here.
Was it or wasn't it? Truth or lie?
I'm going to say that's a lie.
Was there
It's
much...
a lie that I'm lying, or you're saying that I did just tell a lie?
I think you just told a
Okay.
lie about telling a lie.
Right.
It's very meta.
You have a truthful face.
Mm.
But then again, it's a
but
truth about lying.
Lies
I
are the
don't
best
know.
truthful faces.
I reckon that's probably the last thing you could think of. It's like, what have I said recently? And you just came across
The old double
what you told us about being late because of traffic. Yeah. Okay.
So what other answer?
Yeah, so you're saying you're agreeing with me,
Yeah.
just lying about lying.
I think so. I think that's just what you first thought of.
Yeah, pretty much. And it's a bit of a grey area because I wasn't actually late because of traffic. My wife was late because of traffic, which is why I couldn't leave earlier. But then having left here, there was bad traffic. So
I mean,
I think it was.
It
wasn't really a lie.
Sounds like it sounds like you
I
get a
think you
token, and frankly,
think
that's
you both get a
all I
point.
want.
Okay. Oh,
So one of those.
you get it.
Yeah.
You get a token, right?
And you did.
Oh yes,
yeah.
right. Okay.
Yeah. Okay. Well, wasn't that exciting? And by exciting, I mean wasn't that something?
Not exciting.
So look, you did it again.
Yeah.
Gosh, Em always causing the apocalypse.
You and your
if I
raptures.
go for the fire. Then I have to
Surely there must
draw.
be a
Oh yeah.
trial
All right.
population.
Let's go for one of these.
So we're still pretending. We're still ignoring
Yeah.
Carpathia's advice.
Take one left behind token. Very nice.
Oh,
Start that.
okay.
Thank you.
Right. So the Fire and Brimstone Trials and Tribulations is basically the Monopoly community chest.
Basically, yeah.
So. 2.
You
well,
you
Can I
also-
shove
yeah.
you off?
No, we can share the space.
It's a commune.
I don't want to
take,
be.
Take a trial and
I don't know
tribulation
if I want to be in a
card.
commune with you. Following the president's lead, you donated old unmentionables to your church for their rummage sale. Donate one token to the player on your left.
No.
Oh, okay. Well, I guess you get my one.
Yeah, well,
Yeah.
that's what you
My
get
colour.
for letting people rummage in your unmentionables.
Yeah.
Goodness me.
Oh dear.
How Christian is that, referring to underwear as unmentionable?
I know.
It's delightful.
It was even in quotes.
3, I can't do anything interesting. I suppose I can go back to the roll again. Oh, okay, and we're back on the maroon. So another, okay.
Oh, right.
If you could meet one person in the Bible, who would it be and what question would you ask? Well, I mean, how do you choose? Out of all, do I have to pick one of my favourite biblical characters?
How many people from the Bible can you mention?
Well, Jesus, obviously.
Yeah.
What about all of the other unmentionable
All of the
ones?
apostles, Matthew, Mark, Luke, John, Paul and Ringo. Yeah. If I could meet one person in the Bible, I would meet Jonah and ask him what the inside of a whale smells like.
Actually, I think
probably
that's
nasty.
true. I think that's true.
Mm.
I think Josh would actually.
Oh, I totally forgot. I thought you were just saying it. Yeah, I reckon that's true, yeah. You could find out for yourself what the inside of a whale smells like, I'm sure. But...
And also, imagine lying about who you'd want to meet from the Bible. What an affront to God that would be.
Honestly. Now that I think of it, I think that probably is what I'd do. It was just kind of the first thing that popped into my mind. But since I can't think of anything better, then I guess, yes, that is the one person who I would
Hooray!
want to ask
Tokyo
Hooray!
Hall!
Oops.
Apart from Josh, because he failed to Actually, that's a bit disturbing that you get points
Get
for deceiving
rewarded
people.
for successful.
Yeah, that's not very
people.
Christian.
That seems very weird game mechanics in this one.
Okay, now,
Can you stop that,
God
please?
is telling us that Emma's supposed to start the rapture. I think we need to listen to God.
No, not yet. The rapture part
3
is really
times.
boring. That's the
3
thing.
times.
It's actually more fun to do this for a bit longer and then ascend.
Okay.
Because the next stage of the game is very, very dull. Well, if you don't have enough tokens, it's very dull indeed.
If I go back this way,
Yep,
then I'll
you
get
can-
something interesting.
Yep,
This is the one where I take them, right?
Take a maroon card.
Okay. Confession or deception. You may either confess your sins or offer a lie to the following. And the Academy Award goes to tell about when you were actually on TV or had a bit part in a movie. Why do they... Oh, so see, I'm not very good at deception. So I meant to lie about... okay, I was in a Peter Jackson movie as a fantasy character. I'm so obviously lying. I'm probably one of the few people in New Zealand that had it.
I think she's lying.
Really? What's her tell? Is it the bit where she says, I'm obviously lying?
I think
You shouldn't have got somebody that's on the spectrum to play this game with
I'm
you.
afraid to say,
It's
I
not-
think you're lying about that.
I am lying. Yes.
Hooray!
Yes.
Token for me.
Yeah, I know very many people that were in films
Yeah, in
as a
fact, I mean,
Wellingtonian, but
If
I
we
was
were
not.
playing this with people from another country, I think you could easily bluff your way into saying that just everyone in New
And
Zealand
if it was
is
somebody other than me who cannot lie.
Yeah, I was Legolas' stunt double.
I don't believe it.
It's not around.
Ooh, 6. 1, 2, 3.
That's
At
4.
Because I saw the 6 was towards me. Okay, so I get to roll these. Okay, so if I cause the rapture, we're rapturing, goddammit. No, okay.
Thank God for
No
that.
rapture for you.
2!
This is the first time you haven't, right?
No, but several rolls without
Okay.
getting the path here. 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Oh God, this is the boring part. Oh, let's get
And the other
boring
way
part.
as well. Yeah. 2.
Green?
This way, maybe.
Oh yeah. All right. So that is the
Somebody else draws it, right?
No, the last word. So,
Oh, so
Yeah, but doesn't
I-
somebody
oh,
else
yeah,
draw
yeah,
it?
John.
Yeah.
I do it, and I'm the quizmaster. Okay. By most biblical accounts, which apostle was likely a physician? Was it Luke, Mark, Barnabas, or Matthew?
I've not even heard of Barnabas.
No. Did they make that up just to trick us, or was there?
I mean,
Is that red herring?
there are several Barnabines in the
Okay.
Bible.
Is that the plural of Barnabas?
It is now.
The first one, because I have no idea.
You are correct.
Oh, wow!
According to
What a guess!
Colossians 4:14, Luke was likely a physician.
Oh,
So there
cool.
you go.
Okay.
We've learned something. We're learning about the Bible.
Luke MD.
Take a token.
Oh, I get a token as well.
You do.
Choice.
All right, Josh.
Right. 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, I get to tribulate.
Oh, hey!
Oh, roll the dice again and move accordingly. That's not super interesting. I'll take it. 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Oh,
Green. Quiz me.
Oh,
Quiz
You
me,
quiz.
Dr. Dentith.
Who will be the first thrown into the lake of fire as recorded
you?
by John in Revelation? Wait. Is it A, sinners, B, the beast, C, rock musicians? Because, of course, in the Book of the Apocalypse, aka Revelations, they definitely made a reference to rock musicians. Or is it D, A, and C? So sinners and rock musicians.
Well, I mean, rock musicians are sinners by definition.
Yeah.
Because
Surely.
it's the devil's music.
So sinners, the beast, rock musicians, or sinners and rock
I think
musicians.
it has to be sinners and rock musicians because they're the same thing.
So just a reminder, rock musicians did not exist at the time that Revelation
How do you
was
know that?
written.
Right, but I mean, but they come under the umbrella term of sinners.
So
It's
you are
basic
so
set
you are
theory.
you
rock
are
musicians
definitely
sinners.
doing D.
I'm definitely doing D.
I mean, do I need to mention Carnahan and Chavitsky with respect to the kind of errors that get committed when you decide to take a conjunction rather than going for the more likelihood of one of the earlier parts?
Is this a
Do
Monty
you think
Hall
it?
thing?
I think. Are you trying to say that if you chose sinners, you would automatically encompass rock musicians?
No, I'm simply saying if you
that
choose A and C, it's more likely to either be A or C on its own.
Right. Yep. A and C. Definitely D.
I mean,
Definitely 100%. You've convinced me. You've convinced me. It has to be D.
Well,
There's no possible answer that it
is
could be.
B.
Right.
It's B.
The beast.
So it was the beast.
Yeah.
Didn't
Is it
see that one
capitalised?
coming.
Yes, it is.
The
It
beast. Is this a reference that I slept through? The beast. Is that something?
Only Protestants of a certain persuasion think that Revelations is in any way interesting. I mean, if you actually look at the...
But is the beast a real character, or
Yeah.
is it
If you
the
actually
devil,
look
or what?
at the way that the apocalyptic fiction was put into the New Testament, essentially was a case of, we need a kind of sample of this genre of weird Christian writing to go at the end of our Bible, which is the most exciting apocalyptic bit of writing we've got. Oh,
Lakes
this
of
one.
Fire,
This one. We'll put
all
that
that
in as an example of, the kind of thing that some of the weirdos in our cult belong to. Anyway, I'm on 6. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I'll go for green.
Oh, so do I quiz you, don't I?
You do.
Yes.
Yeah.
What happens to Satan in Revelation 20:10? A, he is killed. B, he is made to watch Jerry Springer. C, he is tormented forever. CB. D, he's bound in heaven.
C. He's tormented forever.
You're so bloody Christian.
I got all my tokens.
So that you swap them for a...
Wait,
Yeah, I think this
could
is
swap
with
them around.
5.
Yeah.
Do you have 5 now? I
have 1.
didn't actually count.
2, 3, 4, 5. Yes, I've
Okay,
got 5.
so you might as well swap.
Yeah, there we go. Woohoo! I'm the best Christian at this table. All right. I think
You're
Do you even-
right, but yes.
I think as soon as we get to Carpathia, now we can transition. Now I'm
Now that
obviously
you've been
winning.
established as the best
Best
Christian.
Christian.
Yeah.
Do you even consider yourself a Christian?
No,
Right, so
but I'm still the best Christian at this table.
Oh,
Carpathia!
that was unintentional.
Now I think
Always the one you
we just
least
moved
expect.
directly on to the Rapture now. Actually, no, sorry.
Well, I think I
the
finished
end
my
time.
turn and then the next from memory.
how round 2 begins.
It's the person after the
A
person that
roll
rolls
and can
Carpathia,
spell
I think.
Carpathia name.
Carpathia does not enter play until these don't. Okay, no. Yep, I have no idea.
Yeah, let's just let you have this
Yeah.
turn,
Okay.
and then
I'm pretty
round
sure I
two
remember in the
starts.
rules it was like, okay, it starts in the next one. Let's make it interesting. You may either confess your sins or offer a lie to the following. Who do you think is the most disgusting, despicable reprobate of an athlete or actor? And you don't mean it in any judgmental way.
How can you
What the
not
hell
mean
does
it?
that mean?
How can you mean not? I think you're despicable, and I'm not judging you. I just think that
Not-
you're a vile human being and a pedophile.
Well, I mean, if I
Who
were
is the actor
to answer that, then it would be a judgment. So it would be in a judgmental way.
Anyway, you need to either tell a lie or the truth about the actor you hate the most.
The actor I hate.
I mean,
The
to my
most.
mind, it's quite obviously Kirk Cameron.
Because he did this to us.
I'm young enough that I'm not sure who that is.
And well done.
Yeah. What was this show? Was he Growing Pains?
I think it was Growing Pains.
Yeah, family sitcom.
When was it
from the 80s?
aired? See, this is before I was born.
Yeah.
So I don't know who that is.
Then you must choose an actor.
I have to choose somebody modern.
Or someone really, really old, like say Charlton Heston.
He's dead, right?
Basil Rathbone, also dead.
He was Sherlock Holmes.
He was.
I know that. I don't know. Somebody like Louis C.K. He's a bit of a dick, isn't he?
Oh,
He is a bit of a
oh,
dick.
and I can see thinking. I see. Although, do you really want to say you're not going to be judgmental about Louis C.K.?
Well, I think
I mean, it seems like you should be judgmental about Louis C.K. because he's a terrible human being.
Yeah.
But I think that this is a very Christian thing, isn't it? That you're a sinner, you're horrible, you're going to hell, but I don't judge you. It's hate the sinner, love the sin. No, other way around. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
That's why I'm
I'm
not
pretty
a
sure that's
Christian.
not how it goes.
Yeah.
Anyway, so is your answer Louis C.K.?
I mean, I've never really thought about it, but it might as well be.
That kind of indicates that you don't have strong feelings on
I don't have strong feelings, but
So I don't know whether it's a truth or a lie because you're just going, it's a name
it's
of
the
a person.
first person I thought of, so...
No, hold on. She didn't do her tell of saying I'm obviously lying. So maybe-
Okay.
Oh, so...
Yeah.
It's technically true in that
No,
when I
wait,
tried to
but Josh
think
and I
of...
haven't actually said...
Oh, sorry, I assumed
so
it...
Josh,
I think it's the truth.
her tellers.
Her tellers.
Yeah. I think you're telling the truth.
Yeah.
Pretty much, yes.
Sweet.
Yeah.
I'm going to take a thing. Oops, I took two things.
Yeah, I have to say I had never really thought about that before, but...
No, if I had to name who's the actor or athlete...
Yeah, I don't know any
most-
athletes, so
No.
that rules
What
that out.
happened to the bag of chips?
Oh, I've got them.
Yeah.
Oh, right.
Oh, do you mean tokens or chips?
No,
chips?
the chips.
Oh,
Over there on the elephant. Nice.
do you want...
bit of
I'm
Yeah, I mean, I
for
feel that we should
audience.
have chips for the
Okay, we're
boring part of the
all
game.
mic'd up, but
No, you should be able to walk over there. The lead is
you
really
think?
long. Yeah.
okay. I'm also like kind of stuck to my chair because these lights are really hot and I'm sweaty.
Well, actually, so the lights aren't. It's just a warm room.
Okay. Well, either way, I'm also a Wellingtonian. I'm not used to this
Yes.
humidity.
No, the Auckland summer. That's all it takes some getting used to that nobody gets used to.
So yes, now we move on to the boring part of the game. So now we get to eat chips.
Now we get to spoil the audio by just crinkling a loud chip packet.
Yeah, this is going to be very disruptive.
We won't eat. We'll eat chips now.
So, the Antichrist is nigh. It's my turn, obviously.
Right. The goal now is twofold. All players become one team within the Tribulation Force, and our task is to avoid Carpathia while working together to capture him. In round 2, players roll the standard die only and move around the board. Following each player's turn, the previous player will roll the standard die and move Carpathia. Carpathia must move in one direction on the black path across the middle of the board or across the sanctuaries, but only one time in order to enter the outer path. Carpathia enters the outer path through one of the start spaces, so those things down. Carpathia may only move backwards when the number on the die will place him on a space where a player resides. And he cannot re-enter the same sanctuary he just left, he must continue along the outer path, so he has to basically...
Yes. So move him from the centre to
Yeah.
the outside and then keep him moving around the outside.
All the spaces now do nothing.
Hooray!
Oh yeah, I forgot how boring this part was.
If a Trib Force player lands on one of the ones with a cross, they may leave a left behind token on the space. And if Carpathia lands on one of these spaces, exactly, he is trapped and the game ends. Otherwise, if Carpathia lands on you, you're dead unless you give up all of your tokens. Not just one, all of your tokens you can re-enter the game.
But if you don't have tokens, how can you trap him?
Well, basically, he wins.
Oh, okay.
That's the thing.
But then why would you keep playing with no tokens?
Well, because the
others might have
you can
tokens
trap
still,
you can trap Carpathia if you land on him inside a sanctuary,
Oh, I see.
or Carpathia lands on a player inside the sanctuary. Or Carpathia lands on a redemption space covered by a player's token. So, yeah, it is possible for the Antichrist to win this game because apparently that's how these things work.
Mm-hmm.
So we can move backwards and forwards with heart's content, but Carpathia just keeps going around in a circle, I think. Let me just verify that. Yeah, move around the board. Okay, so Josh, you can start.
Right, so I roll for me, and I go, I don't even know, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and that does nothing.
Nope.
Excellent.
Now Carpathia moves.
And then, so the previous person
No,
rolls?
right,
Is
yeah.
that-
Oh, so I roll for
Yeah.
Carpathia.
Yeah, and then Josh will roll for Carpathia next, right? So, send Carpathia on his way. Make the Romanian move.
What's the Oh, okay,
Romanian.
sorry.
Yeah.
I thought you were talking
Right.
about you for a second.
Yeah.
Like,
I thought you meant something else.
Where am I? I am going to...
I thought the Romanian move was like a chess thing. You know,
yeah.
like
If you land on...
the so-and-so's gambit.
yeah. And I was like, which way would that be in a game that's not chess? And I don't know.
So Carpathia teleports if he lands on Carpathia. That does nothing for me. So Josh, move Carpathia.
Oh, right. So he needs to keep moving that way.
He does.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Okay. Georgia.
6, where am
No, I move Carpathia. 2.
I? This bit is
So
boring.
you're...
Yeah.
Hang on. Whose turn was that? So it's my turn.
Yeah.
Yes.
I'm already losing it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Hooray!
And then I move
Nothing's
Carpathia.
happened.
2. And
Has to go, once he starts in a direction, he has to continue that way. So either move towards me or move away from me. But that then decides the direction of play.
I don't think it matters too much right now.
No.
Does it?
No,
Yeah.
not really.
Okay. 1, 2.
Okay, so that means it must be...
Must be your turn. And I roll.
Oh, yeah. This bit is very confusing. 5, 1, 2, 3, 4. No, she might as well go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay.
I forgot. What do the crosses?
Oh, because we need
That's the one.
we need
That's
to
where
land on those to trap
you need to-
Carpathia inside the set.
And you need to land exactly on it when they're
Yeah.
with it. Yeah. Okay.
Okay, so if I roll a 3, you're dead. Ah. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Oh. That doesn't do anything, right?
No.
No.
No, only if Carpathia lands on it, so Josh. No,
So you need to...
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah, sorry.
We're going
Yeah, that's
that way
right.
now. Yeah.
Unfortunately, with 3 people, it sort of means we're going forwards and backwards at the same time. So
It's
that's
very
my
confusing.
me move, and that does nothing. Yes.
Thank you.
So Georgia, you need to move Carpathia.
Oh, but borrow.
Let's go there. Seem to be trying to kill myself. Probably a fairly common reaction to the game.
Hi.
Well,
On the upside, those chips are very good.
Ooh. Fleeing from the remote.
Oh!
If I jump on
wait.
him, does that do anything? Does that just get me killed? What do I do? I need to get on him in a sanctuary, don't I?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think it's you jump him in a sanctuary, we win. He jumps you anywhere, we lose. Or
So
we lose
yeah,
you.
so you need to flee Carpathia.
I'm fleeing very slowly.
Okay.
That's my reenactment of the last video.
So
Are
just,
we up to a Carpathia move?
yeah,
Yeah.
so just don't roll a 2.
Okay, well,
There
it's
you go.
6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
So Josh needs to roll a 1, and we need to start hitting. So we need to find a way of trapping him. So
Yeah.
3.
I mean, we're kind of in the wrong
1, 2, 3.
place.
All right. Move
Okay.
Carpathia, Josh. Oh, no, he teleports to the other side of the board.
So,
There?
Yeah.
okay.
Okay.
As you can see, this part of the game is very thrilling.
It just... Snakes and ladders without the snakes or ladders.
Oh, George,
Oh,
move,
yeah.
move
This is
Carpathia.
very...
Yeah. This is as I say, that's why the first part of the game is much more fun.
Because you get to lie to each other.
Yeah.
With the fun of deception.
Oh, thank God I can put one of
okay.
those down. There we go. All right. So now Carpathia is going to be zooming around the place.
Yeah.
Okay, so we need to start making some kind of audio content on this because otherwise it can get very boring. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's exactly. Josh, would you please roll the die to move Carpathia?
I will roll the die now. And it has come up with a 1. Does anything happen if he goes on the side? Oh.
No, only if there's a icon. Then he'd be eliminated.
Then I would have won the game. If you
Yeah.
had okay, right. So
Okay, so
6.
now I move.
That's the highest number you can get on a dice.
1, 2, 3, 4,
Sorry,
5,
die.
6. Okay.
That was my attempt at some audio content.
Right,
Sorry, it wasn't
Josh.
very good.
what? Who? Yes.
Your turn.
That's enough, is it? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Gets me absolutely nowhere. How long before we pack this in and just go to asking each other biblical questions?
Very soon, I imagine.
Yeah.
This bit, as I said, this bit's boring.
Thank you.
4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Carpathia.
He also
1, 2,
goes.
3, 4. So... no, I move Carpathia. 2.
6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
I feel like we're eating way more chips as the game gets more and more boring.
Yep, that's true.
Move Carpathia. I'm trying to... Yeah. All right, so hold on. So we've got a point where...
Where it's boring.
Okay. It's trapped. And we eliminated what? In the sanctuary, and when a trip force lands to Carpathia lands on the player inside the sanctuary. Carpathia, right. So actually, he just continues. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So the hope...
Okay, that was your...
It was me
move,
moving.
so it's my
Yeah,
extra
it
two.
is yours.
Yeah.
4, 1, 2, 3, 4. Nope.
Oh,
Okay, so
yeah,
I
you
move.
Carpathia.
1. Oh,
Sorry.
would have at least had some death and...
Oh, now
Oh.
teleports.
Oh!
To Josh!
Oh, I'm so
I
sorry.
did.
Yeah,
Sweet
he
dog.
teleported on top
No,
of
you
you.
give up
I
all
give
of
up
your
all my... Oh,
tokens.
it's the sum total of all my biblical knowledge. And the one bit of your biblical knowledge that I
And
stole
I
off you.
think you then go back to your start point.
As a corpse?
Yeah,
Or-
yeah. So you go, you go back there.
Had
All
a
right.
lucky escape.
So now my turn. 4. 2, 3, 4. 3. Chips are my only friend in this game.
Oop. We went back to the beginning, didn't we?
Yeah.
So
Georgia, move that Romanian bastard.
Because in the books, doesn't it get like ridiculously gory at points when Jesus shows up and makes everybody explode or something?
There is something of that.
Yeah.
I mean, apparently it does get ridiculous.
And I really think the board game is capturing the intensity of those.
That's true. I mean, it is thrill a minute by this point.
Would it be better if we had more players, do you think?
No.
Oh, okay.
It just spread the disappointment around.
Yeah.
Then
Okay.
you'd have
I don't
a
know.
whole group of people.
Feeling sad.
Yeah.
So I just moved to Carpathia, which means
It must have been...
George's term.
so it must be
Yeah,
like-
your
Yeah.
turn.
Gosh.
So now you move to Carpathia. So
Ooh,
he's dead.
is that him? Do we just kill him?
Game over.
Sweet. Apocalypse averted. No, wait, the apocalypse did happen, but we get to go to heaven. Is that what we're
Well,
saying?
actually, no. Now there's heaven on earth.
Oh,
Oh,
okay, nice.
Yeah.
sweet.
There
Yeah.
we go.
That's convenient.
Yeah.
And we still
So-
haven't finished the chips yet.
No. So that was Left Behind
Yeah.
the movie, the adventure board game. Oh, sorry, the board game adventure.
Board game adventure.
I
Yes.
think the problem with this game is there's really no adventure to it.
No. I think it's an interesting choice for a Christian-themed board game to prove that there is no God.
Yep. I do
that
wonder
was
whether this game was taken to a second-hand store because people bought this being true believers, played it a few times, and had become ardent atheists.
Mm,
It certainly turned me atheist.
yep. Or maybe it's just haunted.
It's true.
We can hope.
Well, I mean, that's that.
I think that's it. Yep. That's the end of our 300th episode.
Yeah.
These chips really are very good.
They are nice.
They are.
Yeah, I think chips were the winner
Yeah,
on the
I
day.
mean, one of the great things about the Rapture is access to great chips.
Marks out of 10 as a board game.
Minus a million?
That'll do it. Minus 666.
Oh, see what you did there.
Yeah, you mark of the old beast, you.
Satan. Yeah, I don't really think there's any more can be said right now.
No,
So,
but actually the less said, the better.
yeah. So if you're listening to this on podcast, it would be mildly more interesting if you watch the video so you can actually see things move around the board instead of just hearing a dice clatter and us sound underwhelmed.
And see chips be passed back and forth as
Yep.
you realise just how bored we are in the second half of that game.
Yep. So yeah, go check out the YouTube channel if you want, because I know you don't.
Don't check out Left Behind the movie, the board game adventure.
Can you even buy this anymore?
I hope not. I mean, there must be something in the Geneva Convention about this.
Possibly you could be paid to take it off someone.
I mean,
You should try and sell it. You should have it as like a patron prize.
Yeah.
No, I don't want to make our patrons' lives worse by giving away this game. I either feel I should put it on Trade Me and see whether some poor fool wants to buy it, or whether I should just burn it.
Or use it, put it in some sort of a trap and try to lure Kirk Cameron into it. And then you can capture him.
And then what do I do with Kurt Cameron?
Well, you've seen the flaw in my plan, unfortunately.
Yeah.
I don't know what anyone would want to trap Kirk Cameron for, but a good talking to, I suppose.
I think it's too late.
No, it really is. Because he did that other one. He did some sort of War on Christmas type. He did like a Christmas movie,
and apparently
which
it's
is all about...
really, really bad.
So I hear. Because I think the whole thing was he was like the son in a family sitcom, and then he found God, and then he became a complete asshole and started, like, he wanted his... It was Courtney Cox? It was someone who played his girlfriend. He wanted her kicked off the show because he thought she had loose morals or something like that, and basically started trying to Jesusify everyone around him.
Dear.
And became a little insufferable.
Yeah.
And kind of stayed that way, I think.
Yeah. Quality bloke.
Lovely fellow.
Yeah. We should invite him around for dinner.
This is an American, right?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
I don't... Well, you want to pay for his quarantine?
Good point. Good point.
Flaw in the plan. Flaw in the plan.
Okay, well, I think we've run out of things to say about this board game. In fact, I think we ran out of things to say about this board game about 15 minutes ago.
I think there's only one thing to end. I'm going to take a truthful... Because I didn't get to do...
You didn't? Right, yep, go.
The confession.
Feeling deprived.
Actually, what I did. Now I think about my,
you did your Richard Nixon one. Yep.
My impersonation thing. You may either confess your sins or offer a lie to the following. Who, next to you of course, is the strangest person in your family and why? Oh, it's almost perfect. And I think the best way to answer this is to bring this recording to an end and answer it off mic and off camera.
Yes. Goodbye, everyone.
Toodly pip! You've been listening to the Podcaster's Guide to the Conspiracy, starring Josh Addison and Dr. M.R.X. Denton, which is written, researched, recorded and produced by Josh and M. You can support the podcast by becoming a patron via its Podbean or Patreon campaigns. And if you need to get in contact with either Josh or M, you can email them at podcastconspiracy@gmail.com or check their Twitter accounts, Monkey Fluids and Conspiracism.